They're just trying to humiliate me, that's all they do. We both must respect the law, but your colleagues don't like the law. Okay, do I get a receipt? I'll probably get arrested again, as always in Tunisia. Of course.
They kept them for 4 hours here.
Yeah. How much you want? Today I'm getting detained in Tunisia because apparently it is a crime to bring a camera to the country. So join me as I spend hours fighting an autocratic and corrupt system. But they still keep my passport and my microphones. If you're new to the channel, my name is Josh Cahill, a multi-award winning aviation YouTuber with over 500 million views, and I love to hold airlines accountable for the promises they make. My favorite hobby? Featuring unique airlines from all over the world. I organized Afghanistan's first all-female flight, and I'm also proudly banned from Qatar Airways. So in last week's video, I promised you guys to share what happened after I disembarked my terrible Legend Airlines flight. And in the beginning, I was very optimistic that I thought this time I won't face any troubles entering Tunisia. Gotta be honest, I was a little bit nervous. I've been in troubles here with the police before, so you never know what you get here once you land in this beautiful country. But all good, cleared immigration, gonna get my bag, and then we're gonna head to our Airbnb. So what's the story between me and Tunisia? Well, let me tell you, it all started in 2020. I took a flight on a national airline. It was pretty bad. And the airline isn't very popular also within the country, and the whole story blew up. It was covered by the BBC, Al Jazeera, and all the local news outlets. And while I was heavily celebrated by the locals for calling out their not so popular national airline, the authorities didn't like my video at all. So in 2022, I traveled through Tunisia on a transit once again to do another review on Tunis Air to see whether things have improved or not. Well, and that's what happened. And now I was interrogated by 5 policemen, and because they saw my camera, and they asked me if I took any footage of the airport, if I took any footage of police officers, whatever. So literally it was like here in the corner, and there were 5 people surrounding me, and my heart started pumping because I felt like, what's going to happen? And then they wanted to see my footage, and I said, no, I don't want to show you my footage. I told you I didn't film any police officers. So yeah, ever since they have me in their system, and every time I enter the country, the alarm bells go off. So after I picked up my bag, bam, I was surrounded by custom officers who said it's illegal, literally illegal, against the law to bring a camera into the country, which is a bit surprising because there's a lot of tourists that enter Tunisia every day, and I bet most of them bring cameras as well as their phones. And they said I have to surrender my little GoPro camera, otherwise I won't be allowed to enter Tunisia. And here I am, detained at the airport because of my camera. So I then asked the customs officers for the law if they can show me where it says that I'm not allowed to bring a camera into the country. But however, that request was denied. I asked then for their names, just in order for reference. So if I have any complaints, I can bring them up and say that this was said to me, which was also denied. They then searched my bag, and they took my little microphone case, my DJI microphone case, out of my bag and seized that one as well. So my camera was still with me, but they then seized my microphone case. And then while I was still with the custom officers, police officers joined as well in like plain clothes. One had
his phone in his hand and he showed it to me like this, and he asked whether that was me. So there was a video, a YouTube video of me from my last trip to Tunisia, and he asked me whether that was me, to which I said, yes, obviously. I mean, looks like me, so it's probably me. So then the police officer asked me once again to hand over my camera, a request that I politely declined, and I asked to be deported from the country. I said, please, I want to keep my stuff. I'm not going to give it to you because I don't think it's reasonable. I don't think there is law. So please send me on the next flight out of Tunisia. So the custom officers and the police guys then left. They let me wait there for a little while. They were consulting each other, they were talking to each other. And that was also the point when a lady with a hijab joined the conversation in a bright yellow top. She was introduced to me as the Minister of Technology. So the lady, the Minister of Technology, I don't know whether she was really a minister or just a supervisor, that's how she was introduced, offered me a deal. She said, I can keep my camera, I can take it into the country, no problem, but I will need to pay a fee in order to get my little camera case back. And at this point, I was just like, yes, okay, I pay whatever. I wanted to go, I wanted to leave the airport. I was there already for like 2 hours and I wanted to go and see my friends. However, it wasn't just like me handing over a little bit of money, I would get my microphone back and I could leave. No, it took forever. First, I had to pay a fee with her. Then I was sent to another office where there was a really, really rude guy where I had to pay another fee.
Yeah. But you must respect this.
We both must respect the law. Do you love the law? I love the law.
I love the law.
Okay, but we are friends.
To make the law.
We are friends then. You and I are friends then. But your colleagues don't like the law.
Say, I eat, it's not my problem.
Okay. How much do I owe you? 10? Or 11, he said.
No, 20.
20? Are you sure?
Of course.
Okay. Do I get a receipt? We love the law, right? And then from there I was sent to another place where I had to pay another additional fee. In the end, I paid 60 Tunisian dinar. So I've been here now for 5 hours. I paid the tax that I have to pay apparently, but they still keep my passport and my microphones, though I got the promise that they would release it once I pay, but I'm still here. And yeah, they're just trying to humiliate me, that's all they do. Welcome back to Tunisia. However, everyone was incredibly rude to me, and at this point I knew it wasn't about my microphone, it wasn't about the camera, it was solely about humiliating me for the videos that I have produced in the past, showcasing how they operate, what they are like, and this was the revenge, the payback that I had to go through. On Monday. I'll probably get arrested again, as always in Tunisia. Yeah. So what's your crime? What's your crime?
He's having a GoPro.
Oh. GoPro, yeah.
He has the mic, but they didn't see it.
booth.
Yeah. They always look for reasons, you know, they hold me there and then they...
Got it, I think twice or 3 times ago.
Yeah.
But this time they said no. You are having it with the accessories, so you will pay for it.
I said the same. I said I either fly home. They wanted to keep it. They wanted to keep my stuff, and I said, okay, then I'm gonna give me the stuff. I fly out. I said, detain me, like send me away, whatever.
Believe me, we are doing bullshit.
Of course. I know.
They kept them for 4 hours here to get the approval.
How much you want?
I want 13.
You want dinar? Then at the end, I ended up at the customs officers again, where they wrote the serial number of this microphone case down in my passport, because now the story has changed from you're not allowed to bring a camera into the country, which was the lure that was presented or claimed to me before. Now they said I was going to bring this camera, this microphone case and my camera to the country in order to sell it. So this is how they twisted the story. So they put the number down, the serial number of the microphone, in my passport to make sure that I bring it out of the country again. And then with my passport, I had to go to the final office where there was a lady, probably my age. So I had to hand over my passport where this written note was in there, and she had to stamp it. So she took the stamp, she looked at me and she said, "Do you love Tunisia?" And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Do you love Tunisia?" And I was like, she's like, "Otherwise you won't leave Tunisia." And I was like, yeah, I love Tunisia. Bam, she stamped it with a massive smirk in her face as the final like nail into the coffin of this humiliation campaign. She stamped it and she gave me the passport. I got my microphone back and I was then allowed to enter Tunisia. The whole process took 6-7 hours. I was like standing there at the airport like an absolute idiot. So yeah, to end it all, I'm aware Tunisia has no freedom of speech, and journalists are jailed and silenced there almost every week if you speak out about authorities or politicians. Most likely, if you're a local, you will be thrown into a jail. If you're a foreigner like me, you will be humiliated as much as they can. I mean, it's an autocratic country. It's not democracy, so things are different there. And I absolutely understand that. And it's totally on me. I wanted to go there. I wanted to see my friends, and I knew when I entered the country that this was most likely to happen. Though I was very positive. I thought like, maybe this time it's going to be smooth sailing, but obviously I was wrong. But but I still think it's important to point out these kind of things, that you know what you're dealing with when you go to Tunisia, and that apparently you're not allowed to bring a camera. So now you are reminded that this could also happen to you. However, this is it for this week's video. Next week I'll be flying Royal Jordanian from Tunisia. So let's see what they're going to do to me when I leave the country. Whether it's going to be just as difficult. And we'll be flying to Cyprus via Amman. And then after this, I am super delighted to share my new series. I am traveling the Pacific Islands. So I'll be showcasing Legend Airlines, the United 737 Island Hopper, very famous flight as well, Fiji Airways, and many more. And after that, I'll be starting my US aviation tour as well. Great content is coming, so hit that subscribe button right now. Also, let me know in the comment section below what you think of Tunisia and the Tunisian authorities. Do you think this video is going to make a difference? Do you think they're going to change the way they do things? Probably not, but God knows. This is where I feel like we have to speak out, we have to showcase it, we have to make videos like this, hoping and being naive that things perhaps change and that those people are being educated on how to treat tourists, because Tunisia is a very popular destination for tourists, and treating visitors like this, does that look good on you? I don't know. That is something that they need to decide for themselves. If you want to have some extra perks, check out my Patreon. The link is in the description box below, such as joining my WhatsApp group, have early access to my videos, get the Cahill keyring, stickers, fridge magnets, the whole smash, or join my monthly Zoom sessions. It's always fun sharing my stories with you guys. We have over 3,000, almost 4,000 patrons now. It's a great community, and really means a lot to have you guys join. This is it. I am ending this video, and I hope that if I ever go back to Tunisia, which I doubt, that things gonna be a little bit better, or I'll be thrown into jail straight away. You never know, right? All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and wherever you're off to, have a safe trip.